Thanks a lot, Joe. Let me start with the saying this. Congratulations to Coach Summerall and his staff. Obviously, big stage tonight, big arena, um, and their team they got it done. They got the chance to play the conference championship. Um, I'm feel pretty certain that the winner of that game will make the playoff. So a lot to play for. His team really outmatched us in the front seven defensively. Um, Again, it's kind of like a broken record, particularly these last 3 weeks. Offensively, cannot help our defense. Um, could not get any running game going at all. It's tough to play quarterback when it's that environment. We tried Zach, couldn't get a spark. Um, I'm very disappointed with the penalty by Devin. Very disappointed. That's out of character for him. It's not who he is as a person, but he's out there competing, and he's got an edge to him, but we got to know when to pull back. But that's not going to be what the Niners are going to be about. I can tell you that. Um, so I say all that. I got to pat the defense on the back again. They have uh, played. You know, for 4 quarters and battled, find a way. I know they bent today. They had some drives, but they created turnovers. I thought we had a chance to get one more out of there, and balls on the ground. We weren't able to get on it, but they gave us the ball with field position. We couldn't get any points. It's too bad we missed a field goal. It's a chance to make it 14-3, and with our special teams and return game, maybe we can steal one. Um, so I'm very proud of our young men and our seniors and the foundation they're laying. They laid for this football team moving forward. But offensively, we are, Mo went and we lost Mo. We lost Dallas. It was we were down to our last two guards. I'm not sure what we had done if we'd lost Cunningham at center. I don't know what we had done. To be honest with you. So again, um, I'm disappointed. My heart hurts for our seniors and what those guys have gone through. They've shown so much character in battling with this kind of year that we've had, and so my heart, I'm a little out of my heart hurts. So with that, I'll stop and open up for questions.
You guys can just
Yeah,
alternate questions.
okay. Coach, just curious the message to the guys in the locker room, knowing this is, the last road trip, last game of the season with this groups in particular.
Yeah, I told them at the hotel and then at the locker room. I was proud of them, and my heart hurts because the scoreboard has not been in our favor. Our guys have shown tremendous character. It's going to make us stronger. Um, they have come to work and battle. We've coached them hard. We have not backed off. Well, the season, and we're towards the end, and we're getting ready to play Georgia. We're a nationally ranked team who's playing for the SEC title. We're playing. We have to go on the road to play Tulane. Another nationally ranked team. They win, they advance. We didn't back off. We coached them hard. We didn't cut practice down. We went out there and grinded it out. And this senior group, Hunter, um, fought and battled and took their butt chewings. When we didn't like the effort, and we didn't back off, and they didn't flinch. And so that's what I told them. And we got a lot of things we got to work on, man. And uh, this is going to be the most important 6 weeks of this in my career. It's what it is, on this roster piece. And with one window, and when our school starts, this is going to be this is important 6 weeks that I in my coaching career.
Coach, moving forward, next 6 weeks, like you said, what would you say your evaluation process is going to look like moving forward for roster, for coaching, What steps are you taking as you move forward?
Yeah, I mean, we as a staff, I mean, we recruit every day. You know, again, we have our 18 kids committed, and you know, we're looking at at junior college right now, and then we're going to be going through the things of portal. I mean, there are guys getting in. You know, I'm assuming there'll be FCS players getting the portal. You know, now you can't contact them until it opens. You know, and so obviously we're going to follow the rules. And but on the roster development piece of this, we'll have exit meetings with our players beginning on Monday morning, and with our position coaches, and talk about what their plans are and what our plans are, and then again we're going to be full speed in the recruiting piece of this.
Uh, Coach, kind of developing a little bit more on Benson's question. You've been a part of some big turnarounds. Obviously, this one may be the biggest challenge. 1-11 trying to rebound from this, but with you personally, how do you, I guess, take this and use those experiences and I guess move forward in year two here?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna trust what I've done in the past, and that's hard work. But hey, we've got to find talent. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. We're all good coaches, and we got to that's a bad call. That's a bad call. You're gonna have some of those things. But at the end of the day, talent wins games, right? And again, we took steps with TFC, turnovers, field position, and Charlotte doesn't beat Charlotte. We took steps there, but not enough to overcome some areas that we're deficient in. So, you know, going through this, I'm going to, you know, um, talk to the staff. I'm going to trust my instincts, but I'm going to keep an open mind, and there's some things we can do different. But I don't think we got to do a lot of things other than we got to find some talent and get them in here with the guys that return who've gone through our system. And well, you're going to have a bunch of guys in a locker room that's gone through it, and they're tough and hardened and good character because what we've gone through. They're going to, as I like to say, they're going to have their deputy's badge on, and they're going to help us, form the guys that we bring in.
And going from there, you mentioned the TFC. You see kind of the bones of the defense. I mean, you guys took the ball off South Florida 4 times, a few times North Texas, multiple times tonight. You can see that the offense
Yeah.
feels like you guys have to kind of break that to the studs. Quarterback position, will you guys be looking to address that in the portal this offseason?
Yeah. Again, that'll be a question maybe for later, Hunter. I want to get and talk to the offensive staff. Obviously, we know that we have a lot of work to do on offense. It's tough to evaluate some things. We were so many new different faces in there and gone through so many things. It's tough to say, yeah, evaluating we're not very good here. I mean, because there's just so many different guys in there. And I've gone through seasons with injuries. Probably not nothing like I've gone through here coming down the stretch, So yeah, I better shut it down with that, Hunter. But yeah, we're gonna look at all positions. I'll tell you that.
Have time for probably two more max.
Looking forward into 2026, you've got two P5 teams on the schedule before October. Would you say that just recruiting wise, you're probably going to be looking at maybe more transfers, or do you think you're going to prioritize high school recruiting in the off season?
As a program, you want to be 60-40. I would say you want to be 60% developmental, and you want to be 40% junior college or portal. And because I want to be a developmental program. But you don't know who you just if you lose a bunch of guys in the portal, you can't replace them with high school kids. You're going to get forced to go the other direction. And so, but as a a baseline for us. The 60/40 is what we want to do. We'll have to probably be reactionary. That's why we have exit meetings to kind of find out, kind of see where things are at with some guys on our team. And um, but I want to focus on, I want to use our resources, and that's Jake Miller and our strength staff. That is Matthias and our training staff. That is Miss Jalen and our nutrition. And I want to get these guys bigger, faster, stronger. And it'll be important important 8 weeks when we get back in the second semester about changing some body types. You just look at us in pregame, and these coming down the stretch, the teams that we're playing, UTSA, of course, we all know Georgia, but you look at Tulane. I mean, we're aspiring to be, we want to get to where UTSA is. We want to get to where Tulane is, and they're bigger bodied. We got to start there.
Last one from me, Coach. Looking, I guess. I mean, you've said it. I just want you to say it. You plan to return as head coach next year, full on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As long as they're going to have me. My wife and I, we love Charlotte, and I believe in this university and its leadership, our chancellor and her vision and what she wants. I mean, are you kidding me? We have we got the best fan base in our league. I believe that. I mean, we do, and it's my job, and I've done a very good job. I mean, Bill Parcells says you are what your record is. You are what your record says you are, and so we're not very good. And our fan base comes and supports our football team. They support our basketball teams and volleyball team. It's a special place, and we've got to do our part and get the scoreboard in our favor to give them some things to cheer about. But as long as they're going to have me, yeah,